Hey guys, welcome to the High Ground Podcast. This is our an under 10-minute segment, and today we're gonna. Oh, sorry, I'm Callum,
I'm Stevie W, as always.
and today we're going to be talking about the Snyder Cut and what that means for sort of like our opinions on director's cuts in general. Just a brief discussion. So I'll start off with you, Steve. What do you think?
Okay, I think the slightest cut is long overdue, but the fact it's going on to HBO Max is a bit of a mistake because they could shift a lot of Blu-rays in the process. But then again, it's the selling point for HBO Max. It's the big thing that they're going to get all the geeks out there to at least get 1 month out of it. But director's cuts, depending on who does it, really. I mean, Donnie
Yeah.
Darko is terrible one, but then again, you've got the Dick Donner cut of
Oh,
Superman 2,
Superman 2.
and
Yeah, which is fantastic.
and you've got the Blade Runner, the final cut, which is also
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. But I mean, I haven't seen it, but I hear Apocalypse Now is terrible.
Well, there's a couple of those. There's the original cut, then there was one in like 2000-ish called Redux, and that was okay. That was just basically deleted scenes added back in. But I haven't seen this new final cut, so I don't know what that's like.
I think if it aids the storyline and it's not just throwing crap in there for the sake of it, it's a good thing. But you do get a lot of it. You just feel we're padding it out just so that
Yeah,
we can shift more units. It's like I've got the this is one thing that really peed me right off was X Men Days of Future Past. They released the Rogue cut
yeah,
afterwards when they could have just put it on the same disc. Why do that? Oh, because they want to shift more units. And unless you really know the movie, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It doesn't add anything really to the end of the narrative other than you find out what happened to Rogue. And there's a few changes. I mean, the good changes, but you'd have to be a hardcore fan to actually go, wow, it was worth paying that extra £15 for another Blu-ray version of it.
yeah. I mean, I don't think I would even notice, to be honest. I haven't seen it for so long, so I'd have to watch them back to back almost to even know.
I'll tell you what I did watch recently though. I watched the 2003 cut of Alien 3 just to see the differences, and I liked that. I
Oh,
thought it
the
was
assembly cut.
yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
fantastic. It was great.
See, I'm a bit two minds on the Alien director's cuts. I'm not. I prefer the theatrical cuts for all of them. Actually, I must admit. I think Alien and Aliens. I never really liked the Aliens special edition, and everyone used to love that. You know, well, my dad just. Well, I think my dad was the first one that had it on video, like when I saw it. But it just felt like they'd stuck sort of extended or deleted scenes in to make it longer. Like you were saying earlier, I didn't think they really sort of expanded on the narrative. I mean, for Aliens, it always just seemed to me to be extra scenes of those automated turrets shooting loads like more aliens.
And finding out what happened to her daughter, eh?
Yeah,
They
that was the only
didn't.
bit I did like, but I'm not a massive fan of the director's cuts of all the Alien films in general. Alien 3 is interesting because you get to see like the stuff that could have been.
Yeah, that was of all of them. That's the only one. I mean, I refuse to watch Resurrection,
Oh yeah,
but of the three
it's just
aliens,
very bad special effects shots they never finished added in.
I didn't like Resurrection anyway. I actually started trying to watch it a while ago and switched it off. But
That was
uh,
terrible.
I mean, you got films that like I mean, I couldn't tell you the difference between The Martian and the director's cut of The Martian because I just watched the
No,
director's cut because the Martian to me is an incredible movie and I don't really want to see the theatrical cut now because it's I love the characters. So I'm happy because I think I've watched the theatrical cut once at the cinema. Then on Blu-ray, when I got the Blu-ray, I got the director's cut, and it doesn't feel like there was any scenes added in. You know, it felt
no.
like a fluid movie. Whereas, like you said, with Aliens, it you just does kind of jolt it a little bit. Then you look at the Batman versus Superman, the Dawn of Justice, the extended cut. I can't tell you what's the difference except for it's an extra long, well, so extra half an hour running time. But it was a dull film anyway, so they just made the dull film look
Yeah,
longer and duller.
I mean, I feel kind of like that about this Snyder Cut. I mean, I didn't particularly like Justice League the first time around. Like, I could only have guessed that the Joss Whedon sections were dialogue based, maybe, because I can recognize his dialogue quite easily because I'm watching Buffy and stuff. But it felt, I don't know, it's not going to change a mediocre movie for me having this new cut. I don't think.
I want to see it just to see what could have been, especially for Superman.
Yeah,
But and it's a curiosity. It's not like this is just like what the version of the film that could have been. Could it have been better if they'd released the Snyder cut? It's not like with Dick Donner on Superman 2, where he shot most of it and then got axed from it because the Salkinds are assholes. And then when you get the Dick Donner cut of Superman 2, I would rather, which they pieced together as much as they could from his footage that he'd already shot. I mean, there is some of, is it Richard Lester that took over?
yeah, I did Superman 3 as well.
Yeah, and they had to use some of his part in it, but you know, the Blade Runner and Dick Donner's Superman 2 to me represent the pinnacle of director's cuts, and anything
Yeah,
else is just packaging. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, and I really want to. The director's cut of The Watchmen. I've got it, but I haven't seen it yet. But we should put the Black Freighter back into it. I'm looking forward to watching
yeah,
that because I think The Watchmen can never be too long. I think it's a fantastic movie. So that's what on my watch list it is. But it depends on the director and if is it a blatant way for the studio to cash in to make money, or if it was a film that was cut to get a bigger audience by saying, well, we have to shave this off and mess the story up a bit, then the director's
yeah,
cut is good. But a lot of times it's just a cash in. You look at the way they released the Lord of the Rings the extended cuts a year after they released the first incarnation of the Blu-rays.
yeah. No, see, although that is a cash in, I do count the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings as among some of the best director's cuts because it's not just extra footage. It's the films have been re-edited with certain scenes, musical cues, like in different places to fit the new footage. And I think that, like you say, with Superman 2 as well and Blade Runner, they seem like different films altogether. I mean, especially Blade Runner. I mean, the 5 disc edition with the 5 different versions. Where else would you get 5 different versions of the same movie?
Where would you
And
get?
some of the changes are slightly different. Just violence removed and that, but when you get to like the final cut versus the original, it's like watching a totally different film, like the Dick Donner cut of Superman
Yeah.
2. It's just it's totally different.
I, I mean, yeah, I completely agree with everything you say, but it is down to the director and the director's involvement. I think the
Yeah,
Snyder cut, though, I think that's because it was he stepped down and they tried to make Warner Brothers tried to make Avengers money by
yeah,
bringing in the director of the first 2 Avengers movies, and it didn't play out. So you obviously when people get something that they're disappointed with, they are going to want, if they know there's an alternative cut out there, they're going to want to see it. They do, but I mean, yeah, like I say, I go with the whole thing that it's all down to it's down to if it's the director's choice to have it or if it's the studio's choice to cash
yeah,
in. It's like you said about Lord of the Rings, which was a director's choice. So that's
yeah.
good.
I mean, obviously those films were kicking 3 hours as it was, so there was no way you were going to see the extended cuts in the cinema. Maybe you would now if they did like a special screening, but I don't know. Yeah, Peter Jackson always said like it was my I wanted to re-edit them, not just add extra footage. As a lot of Blu-rays always say, or DVDs when they used to come out, the director's cut. And it's literally only 2 minutes of added footage, or in the case of Back to the Future, every 10 years, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what they do. They actually, even the Back to the Futures, they always put a little bit. Hey, we'll tease them again with a little bit extra that they haven't seen
Yeah,
before on the extras, so they have to go out and buy another cut of the film. I mean, I do own 2 versions of the Back to the Future Blu-rays because they had a little bit extra in it. So I think we're coming in under 10 minutes. Anything to say for the last
yeah.
40 seconds?
I think we could probably do a longer, director's cut episode at
Yeah,
some point.
I think that's definitely on the
Go into more
cards.
detail.
But the Snyder cut, are you looking forward to it though?
Yeah, it's like you say, curiosity, and I think there's been quite a lot of buzz for it. So yeah, I'll probably see it when it comes out.
Yeah, I just want to add it to my collection so I can stick it next to the Superman films. To be honest with you, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, coming soon. We're going to do an extended version of this. As always, I'm Stevie
Yeah,
W.
and Callum.